Hi everyone, I'm Tom Slivick. Welcome to TSPN's News for today. Let's take a look at our headlines. A former Amador man, his wife and son, was arrested in Dorado County bar fight. ACUSD plans a public hearing July 25th to discuss having a public charter school. Amador County Board of Supervisors recalled 3 more employees, making a total of 11 returning. And thanks to the triple flip funds, ACUSD OKs 2012-2013 budget, but may need to cut $1 million to $2 million due to a decline in student numbers. In the second half of the news, I'll speak with Supervisor Richard Forrester for a pre-agenda report of this week's meeting of the Amador County Board of Supervisors. Stay with us. I'll be right back after this break. You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader. Hello everyone and welcome back. A former Amador County EMT, his wife and son were arrested July 4th in Dorado County after an alleged bar fight. About 12:45 a.m. on July 4th, multiple El Dorado County Sheriff's Department deputies responded to a fight inside the Coloma Club bar on Highway 49 in Coloma, about 40 miles north of Jackson. Sheriff Sergeant Jim Byers said deputies were advised that bar stools were being thrown between the combatants, and one suspect in the fight was seen brandishing a handgun. Arrested were Johnny Wadsworth, 41, his wife Roxanne Wadsworth, 40, his son Joshua Wadsworth, 23, and Jags Ogilvie, 23. Employees at the Coloma Club said 3 male subjects had been drinking at the bar and were being loud and causing problems. When asked to leave, they started a fight with the employees, and several regular patrons stepped in to assist. And Bears said 2 employees and 1 patron were physically assaulted during the altercation, and 1 suspect ran from the bar and returned holding a handgun behind his back. All 3 then left the bar in a black truck headed south on Highway 49. 1 patron said the suspects were camping at Ponderosa Resort, 3/10 of a mile from the bar, and the gunman was known as Johnny. Deputies located the truck at the resort next to a large 5th-wheel trailer. Based on the report of 1 suspect being armed, deputies ordered the occupants to exit the trailer. Initially, no one responded, Bears said, but after a few minutes of orders, Johnny Wadsworth exited the trailer, challenged deputies to shoot him, and refused to comply with multiple orders to show his hands and lie on the ground. Johnny advanced towards deputies, indicating he was going to fight, was warned repeatedly to stop, and when he refused, was shot once with a less than lethal beanbag round. Bears said Johnny stopped for a second, advanced again towards deputies, threatening to fight them, and was shot 2 more times with beanbag rounds before trying to hide behind a tree near the trailer. When confronted by a deputy and a canine, Johnny stopped resisting and was taken into custody. As he was being taken into custody, Roxanne Wadsworth and Joshua Wadsworth exited the trailer and immediately verbally threatened deputies and refused to comply with directions. Joshua advanced, challenging deputies to shoot him. As he got close to the deputies, he was shot with a taser and taken into custody. Roxanne started to go back into the trailer, and fearing she might try to arm herself, a deputy shot Roxanne once with a beanbag round, and she sat down and stopped. Jazz Ogilvie, the 3rd suspect, was found hiding in the trailer, extremely intoxicated, along with several firearms. Bar witnesses identified the men as being involved in the initial altercation, and the 3 who were shot were taken to Marshall Hospital for treatment, then booked into jail on charges of assault. They faced the possibility of numerous other charges based on the altercation with the deputies during their arrest. Amador County Unified School District Board of Directors plans a public meeting Wednesday, July 25th to take input on the possibility of having a public charter school in Amador County. Founders and supporters of the proposed Foothill Charter School announced the special meeting last week. Marie Elliott announced the meeting in a release Wednesday, July 18th, saying that about 2 years ago, a group of parents, educators, and business people banded together with a vision of building a new school alternative in Amador County. Elliott said, "Our vision was for a school where every child was treated as an individual, every parent felt their opinion mattered regarding their child's education, and every professional could utilize their creative talents while teaching. The Amador County Unified School District will meet at 6:30 p.m. Wednesday, July 25th to discuss whether such a public school should be established in this county. Elliott said, if you are interested in your child attending a school with a fresh, innovative approach to education, please attend this public meeting at the Amador County Administration Center, 810 Court Street in Jackson. The meeting is set for 6:30 p.m. Elliott said people could also contact the school founders at foothillcharter@yahoo.com. And the school board's agenda for Wednesday includes a public hearing on the Foothill Charter Schools petition, which was submitted June 27th. The petition seeks a charter and school board as governing board must hold a public hearing on the provisions of the charter no later than 30 days after receiving a petition for a school charter. Draft minutes from the June 27th meeting noted that Ramona Longaro, president of the Foothill Charter School and parent, addressed the board to formally submit the charter application. She gave background information on the reasons why the school would benefit students and the district, and board president Wally Upper told her the governing board would review the application. The minutes also showed that parent and Foothill Charter representative Shannon Gibson addressed the board saying she was excited about offering students another educational option and encouraged the board to review and approve the application. Amador County Board of Supervisors on July 10th recalled 3 more employees, making the total 11 positions to be restored among 24 who received layoff notices prior to the end of fiscal year. And the supervisors on July 10th voted unanimously to recall a part-time animal control officer, along with a full-time information systems technician 3 worker and a building inspector 2 worker, the latter to share a split position. County Services Employees International Union business agent Steve Bristow at a previous meeting told supervisors he has already begun discussing reworking job descriptions for a tandem building inspector and code enforcement position for a building department employee. Supervisor Ted Novelli said it's good to hear that we have plans coming up for building 3 or 4 new homes, adding, I haven't heard that in a while, and a joint inspector and code enforcement position would help with the department's backlog and also allow the county to contract with Sutter Creek for building inspections. Supervisors heard at their meeting that former animal control officer Jennifer Mason had accepted another position and would not return to work with the county and notified the county in writing. Supervisors discussed having a volunteer animal control officer, and County Counsel Greg Jawat said he guesses that you can't have a volunteer executive executing the authority of an officer in the field. Bristow said they can't use volunteers as animal control officers because certain levels of state training are required and also because of liabilities and workers' compensation issues. Supervisors asked Animal Control Director John Vail if a part-time animal control officer would help. Vail said it costs more money to pay a higher rate to an animal control officer when they do shelter work. He said flexibility is important, and he has 2 animal control officer positions filled right now, but one was on vacation during the July 3rd meeting, so he was covering the on-call times. Vail said, I'm the officer 2 days a week. He normally has the officer take the truck home on the last working day of the week, but then he would have to pay the officer to bring it back the next day. Instead, he will be on call. He said a part-time position will help a lot as far as the load, and it would be very helpful if it could have a qualified person enter the position. County Administrative Officer Chuck Eiley said the part-time employee would save the county about $30,000. Eiley said Sutter Creek asked the county to do its building inspecting, which was impetus for him to recommend the position. Supervisors recalled 8 employees on July 3rd and the other 3 on July 10th after hearing the state budget had restored $1,148,000 in triple flip. The Amador County Unified School District Board of Trustees approved its 2012-2013 budget with a possibility of needing to cut up to $2.4 million through the year due to a decline in student numbers. Assistant Superintendent and Chief Business Officer Tim Zerley led discussion of the budget according to draft minutes and gave a synopsis of the budget. That included the May governor's budget revision, no new funding for schools, average daily attendance allotment, and actual attendance versus statutory levels. He emphasized the need to identify $1 million in budget reductions in the first interim, and if funding continues to decrease for loss of student population, an increase in fair share calculation to the potential maximum amount of $2.4 million. Surley highlighted contributions to and indicators of the problem, including federal and state revenues, enrollment and projections, the proposed budget and actual historic budget, and multiple year projections. Surley said the amount of necessary reductions may improve with the close of the 2011-2012 books and further information from the State Budget Act. But he said positives and hope is not a sound financial planning strategy. Also, the late June board meeting approved $36,000 contract with R.J. Painting for a contract at Pioneer Elementary School. Surley said in order to approve the appearance and help properly maintain the school, a notice inviting bids was published and 5 bids were received for consideration. Maintenance Supervisor Joy Pichette said that no local firm submitted a bid. The board also received an update on summer maintenance at all of the schools, and Trustee Lynette Lipp asked about mold work. As Surley said, the mold work is an air quality issue. A report will be given at a future board meeting from Pritchard Safety and Health, the district's air quality consultant through its Tuolumne Joint Power Agency. Let's take a quick look at our weather coming up to the fair this week. It was hot out, and last night we had a great thunderstorm in the upcountry. There's a high of 98 with a low of 66, very humid with winds west 5 to 9 miles an hour. On Tuesday, sunny, high of 94, low of 36. Wednesday, with winds 5 to 9 miles an hour. On Wednesday, sunny, high with a 92 high, low of 63. So we're maybe cooling down for the fair. Air quality index report, ozone levels moderate Monday at 99 and moderate Tuesday at 99. And I'm Tom Slivick. Stay with us, and we'll be right back from the other side of the break.